And what I'd love to get from you to begin with, Declan, is just like what made you join the Copy Circle in the first place?
Well, I've been in literally every course known to man. I must have spent at least like close to 5 grand on like courses, not mentorships, but like subscriptions where you pay like, I don't know, 100 to £300 a month to someone to be in like a Discord group with a few videos. And I was just spinning my wheels the entire time. Like I'd message someone in the Discord and they'd reply with some really generic or wouldn't even get a reply to like a tailored, very specific problem I'm having, and they're just giving me a really generic answer that they'll give to everyone. And it's like you're asking questions and you're getting nowhere, and you're like, what's the point in this? Is it me? Is it them? And it's like having like one to one is just way better.
Yeah, bro, I was the exact same. Like, we all chat shit about the school system because it's like 30 different kids in one classroom with one teacher. Yeah, everyone goes into these online mentorships and courses in the exact same way, where it's like, it's not a one size fits all approach. What works for you won't work for me. Like we've seen in our group, especially, like, Tom is like completely different to Carol, right? They work in completely different ways, but they both make great cash. And so it's like one on one always worked a lot better for me. And it used to really frustrate me knowing that I'm joining these programs. I've got specific questions and problems, and I'm just getting the same like, cookie cutter like answer that they're giving to every other fucker. So it used to really annoy me. But I know when you joined, bro, like you hadn't had any previous clients or any previous experience, right? Like what were the mentorships you were joining before? Was it within copywriting or just in a bunch of different make money online stuff?
But it started with like, as you know, HU, everyone joined HU. You start with that, you start doing copywriting or the trading or whatever. And then I kind of steered away from that because I think, well, what was the membership? Did that get up to like 500,000 members at one point? Something
Something like
ridiculous.
yeah, something like that.
You got to think like, let's say half of them are just doing copywriting, they're sending the same generic email, pissing off every businessman known to man. And you're like, okay, this isn't working. So I think I can't remember what course. It might have been something to do with like SMS automations or like a go high level course. Was doing that one, wasn't really getting anywhere, and then I joined various like copywriting groups or servers or whatever, and I didn't get anywhere. Like it was just spinning my wheels, doing the same thing everyone else was doing, wasn't getting any results, putting in the time, the effort, and it's like I wasn't reaping any reward. And it's like I'm not stupid because there's people making silly money and I know I'm smarter than them. So they've obviously found something different to what I have, and I was trying to find that. But like the generic courses, like the Imangadzi or whatever, it's just the same shit, just recycled. Like, all the info's out there, but it's like putting it all together. But they don't give you the full picture usually.
No, yeah, completely, bro. And so, like, what was the difference when you joined the copy circle? How quickly did you see results within our group?
Well, I joined. Was it was it January, February?
I think Jan, yeah, I think you were part of the
Was
Jan
it
cohort.
January?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what skill I was going to do. I'd like some of the lads already had like some of them like doing email marketing, some of them do writing ads, just full stack marketing, whatever. I literally didn't know what I was going to do, and you helped me pick something. You're like, okay, fuck the noise. We're going to stick with one thing, and that was social media management. I'd never done it before. I don't really like using Instagram anyway. You kind of taught me how to do it, run me through any sort of like bottlenecks. So that's one main thing in the group. Like obviously there's like a weekly like call on a Monday where we'll go through all the bottlenecks. So you start your week off if you've got any problems, you're like, okay, I know how to solve that now. I can crack on with my week. Went through that, blah blah blah. And within 30 days, I ended up getting a client, my local gym, and that wasn't even outreaching. They actually walked up to me and was like, "Can you do our socials?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" And the rest is history. I didn't even send any outreach for that. That just happened. It was very woo woo, so to speak, as you say.
Love that, bro. I mean, yeah, woo woo, magnetic client method. It's all, it all rolls into the same stuff. Like, if you position yourself correctly and you get in front of enough people, and those people you're getting in front of are hanging around with other potential clients, deals are going to come your way. And you prove that with no previous experience. Yeah, you worked with a guy for free to begin with, and he was who referred the gym owners to you, right? And how's your lifestyle changed? I know you quit your job within that first month or so as well, right?
Yeah, with the gym and stuff, I thought, you know what? I need to be with this mentorship being like 6 months as it is. It's like I'd got that client and I thought to myself, I was working 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, Monday to Friday. And that's like basically all your week just gone because at the end of the day, I'm going to the gym, I'm eating food. I don't have a lot of time after that. And it's a bit of a shambles. So I thought, you know what, if I've invested into the 6 month mentorship, if I leave my job, I'm going to have an extra 40 plus hours a week because you got to think in commuting to and from work, you're knackered after work, you're putting on a personality. And that even just putting on a personality at work just takes it out of you completely. It's just like you're not yourself. You're just smiling for no reason when you're just dying inside. You're looking around, everyone around you is just not happy working there, and you're like, I really shouldn't be here. This isn't for me. So I thought, I'd pack my bags. I can always get another job. Like it's not hard. I don't need any experience for that. And even with this, like I could walk into any social media marketing job, but I would want to work for myself. But I could do that now, and I could work where I want. So it's ideal, really.
Yeah, I really respect that about you, bro, because a lot of people don't take that like punt on themselves, and you've clearly proved that, it's the best way to go. I remember taking that leap of faith myself, and that was when my business obviously just went up because you got more time, right? And I think it's been really cool to see you just come in and take so much action because you get all of these copywriters that have got all the information, they're in all the right groups, but they spend a week, figuring out their offer. They spend a month figuring out their fulfillment. They spend, 3 months before they send their first piece of outreach or even get in front of people. And you've just shown that that's bullshit and you can do it on your own timeline. So I love that, bro. And, I think you've also been one of the boys that really took the John Caprani workshop and actioned it straight away and have been booking crazy calls off the back of that. It's like, has that been helpful for you?
Yeah, literally, we had the 3 week workshop with John Caproni come in once a week, and he was there for an hour and a half each week. Basically, just saying to get in front of more people, to put it briefly. And on I think it was the second call when he kind of gave us some action advice of what to sort of do, how to get more calls and whatnot. And literally the next day, I had two networking calls. And then I think the next week after I had another two, and I had one guy that was interested in actual social media marketing in the real estate business, which is like weird because the conversation didn't start with me trying to sell it, sell, sell, sell. He asked me what I was doing and was like, "Oh, are you good at this?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." And he wanted to book a call, so it's weird how it works. How I went in with no sort of intention of doing business, and they were like, "Can I work with you?" sort of thing, and it's like it's weird how the woo woo works, the magnetic client method. It just you put good out and it comes back.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Like, ultimately, the rest of the market is sending a DM like, "Hey, bro, I've got this loom. Can I send you it?" Like, and you can just smell the pitch from a mile away, and it's like it repels the conversation straight away. Whereas all we're doing is building relationships, and this game is built off the back of relationships. Your relationships and your reputation are everything in this game, And so we're like, people only do business with people that they know, like, and trust, And so when you're in the inbox, like giving good value, building that connection, like actually focusing on them and their business, deals always find you. So it's been really, really cool to see you embody that, bro. And I guess like, the last thing I'd love to get from you, bro, I want to respect your time is that, if someone's on the fence of joining the copy circle, what would you say to them? What do you get the most out of the group? What would you say to someone else, maybe in a similar position? Yeah, what would you say, bro?
Well, it's not really like any sort of course really, because I bet you could put all the videos you've put out in the course and just publish them on YouTube, and someone wouldn't see even 10% of the results you would get from just watching the videos, because the actual value in the mentorship is the one-to-ones and like having access to you helping us. Like for example, within like a few days I had some sort of problem and I sent you a I don't know if it was a Google Doc or something explaining one of my problems. And not within half an hour, you sent me a 20-minute loop explaining the exact problem I had and how to fix it. It's like in a Discord group, you're not going to get that. And like, if I got a problem, you'll send me like a 5-minute voice note of how to solve it. Or if we really need to get into it, we'll book a one-to-one and we'll go through that problem. It's like in a course, you could have the same content in the course. You could whack every course known to man in one, but if you've got a very, very specific problem that's not answered in the course, you're not going to be able to solve that unless you've got someone with, like 5, 6 years of experience who's been through every single problem you've been with 10 times over and knows exactly how to solve it, which is why it's so good being in a mentorship over just a random group, because you can, pirate any course you want, but it doesn't matter if you can't solve those specific problems, it means nothing.
No, I love that, bro. And that's exactly how it was for me, And I know all the boys that have got illegal access to all the fucking courses, and they're the ones that make the least money. So I think if you know where you want to go, find someone that's done it, work closely with them, and find a coach that you actually like. Because, bro, we speak all day, every day. I've even managed to get him into jujitsu. So it's like
Yeah,
find someone.
100%.
Yeah, that's it, bro. You want to find someone you resonate with, so you can actually spend 6 months working closely with them, have that proximity to your coach and someone that's actually walking the walk, not just talking the talk. And there's no reason why you can't achieve anything. So appreciate your time, Declan. Thank you for jumping on and sharing your experience, brother. Let's keep fucking crushing it. Glad we've replaced that job. Now it's time to scale to the moon and make everyone at the job feel sorry, they ever lost you. So it's good shit,
100%.
man.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you, bro. You take care.
You too, man.